Hey guys, Jmouse Selections on the Jzone, and I'm here to do a new ATI Rant, episode 7, on main hating on a series because it's mainstream, or hating on a series just because it's not mainstream. So it's going to be called mainstream versus non-mainstream, basically, because I can't fit all of that onto the title. But anyway, onto the rant. First off, before getting onto the video, I just want to clear one thing up. This scenario sort of happened because I had it on my mind for ages, but one of the things that kind of triggered me to do it so soon was because yesterday I was at somebody's stream. Okay, I'm going to mention who it was. I was at AG Acting Girl's stream, and she said that she doesn't like Naruto, One Piece, or any of the big three or the mainstream series. It's because apparently they don't have character development, and apparently they don't have any good stories, and because they're mainstream, just mainly because they're mainstream. And I have a lot to say about that. One thing we all have to note is that we have to be open-minded as anime fans and as people in general, and as we grow as people, being open-minded helps a lot because you experience new things that you haven't experienced before just through being open-minded. Just try something new and don't let your prejudgments or stuff that stuff that you see before trying it, don't let that alter your judgment of it. And that's one thing that is you're gonna need to learn. As the people that judge these series because they're mainstream or non-mainstream, that's one thing you actually to anybody that said that about mainstream series, how dare you? Let me give you a few examples of some of the mainstream series that apparently don't have any depth, don't have any story, don't have any character development, don't have anything good to do with them. Okay, first off, let's look at One Piece. My man Zoro, you see the dude there? Him. Yeah. Okay, this guy was a pirate hunter. He went from being this pirate hunter who wanted to like beat all of these pirates to gain experience to become the greatest swordsman in the world, or greatest swordsman of all time. He meets Luffy. Luffy convinces him that, can you join my pirate crew? And Zoro, because Luffy helped Zoro, Zoro's like, yes, but if you ever get in my way of being the pirate, of being the best swordsman in the world, I'll kill you. But then, as time goes past, he actually grows to Luffy gets more crew members. He actually grows to see these people as friends and even as family. And at one point in Enies Lobby, or the Water 7 Enies Lobby arc, Luffy and Usopp have a fight, and Usopp obviously loses. He walks away, and then Luffy's trying to go back at it for him. And this is where you see that Zoro's become more like an advisor to Luffy, like sort of like an older brother slash best friend to him, because he's like, Luffy, no, don't go after him, because why would you want someone sailing in your being with your crew when he disrespects you? Like he has this sort of honorable sense to him and all of that kind of stuff, like the old samurai. But as it even goes on even more, not only that, he he even trains with the very person he wants to beat just in order to help his crewmates advance and go further. I'm talking about Mihawk as well. So he goes from this extreme end to that extreme end. All of that character development, and that's only half of the One Piece story. So apparently, there's no character development in the mainstream series. Apparently, and there's no depth. Oh, there's no depth. Let me just say Naruto. I don't care what people say. Oh, Naruto has no depth. This is my opinion. Um, Jiraiya is Naruto Sensei, and Jiraiya, one of the things he wanted to do while he was alive was try and bring peace to Shinobi Land. So at one point, he even says to Naruto, "I want you to inherit what my belief, what my ideology was to create peace in this land." And in the Pain Invasion arc, we really see some deep tones in the series, like Pain's arcs in Naruto. How are you going to be able to get this peace? Is it obtainable? Your arcs, like they're going back and forth, asking each other, how are you supposed to do this? And all of these questions. And that's kind of deep in a sense. And the thing is, Naruto doesn't even know how he's gonna do it, but he's determined and he's going forth with his with what he believes in, and he's gonna try and do it. That's one of the deep tones in Naruto. There's also other ones like the whole Kishimoto likes to do this a lot. Um, the whole inheriting things and working hard for it. You see Sasuke, who's been handed everything down to him on a silver platter, and then you've got Naruto, who always has to work for it. Rock Lee and Neji, like you always see things like that. So apparently, no depth. Story. Oh, Bakuman. Two guys trying to create a manga, and this is one of the most inspirational stories around, I think. So apparently, mainstream things don't have any stories, but maybe a acting girl knows a lot about this stuff. I don't know. So yeah, they don't have stories. One thing I forgot to mention, isn't Gundam a mainstream series as well? Isn't that the series that many people believe is a quintessential anime? Didn't it get an Anime Legends DVD? Yeah, apparently that isn't mainstream either. And I don't know. Seriously, like, why you don't like a series because it's mainstream? Maybe because it's got a lot of fans in it. Call of Duty is one of those things with lots of fans, and it's considered to be very mainstream, but I never really say Call of Duty is a bad game. I never even say I never even say I'm not going to play it because it's got all those people in it into it. The only reason why I don't want to play Call of Duty is because it doesn't change at all. I don't I don't ridicule a game or an anime or any type of series just because it's mainstream. That's pretty stupid because you could be missing out on something that's a really it's something of real quality. Then you got some of the idiots that try to conform and say, no, I don't like a series because it's not mainstream. Not many people know about it. Um, to me, that's really stupid. Like, there's series that are not shonen or just not very well known outside of Japan that I like, and I'm not going to change my mind just because they're not seen as mainstream in Europe or America. One of those is Hajime no Ippo in Japan, very mainstream, but over here it's not. And that series is great, the most underrated anime slash manga of all time, in my opinion. Most underrated, but like that's stupid as well. And liking series just because they're not known by everyone else, and you feel like you're special because you know something that not a lot of people know about. That is just stupid, and I don't know why certain people like feeling special because they know about something not a lot of other people know about. To me, people like that are just being way too needy and need to clear their mind out. There are plenty of great series out there that are not mainstream, and there are plenty of great series that are mainstream. But what I'm trying to get across is you can't judge a series just based on how popular it is, or just based on whether it's shonen or shoujo, or just based on what genres it's in, like horror or action, or like you need to before you cast judgment, you need to actually watch or read the thing. You can't just judge a book on its cover. And if I did that, there would have been many series that I wouldn't have been into. One of the series I wouldn't have been into originally is Hajime no Ippo itself, because at first look I was like, boxing, that can't be cool. It's just boxing. If I wanted to watch boxing, I could watch it on TV. Or one of them would have been Reborn. It's a freaking retarded baby going reborn every 5 seconds. But you you can't judge a series just based on those type of merits. That's a really stupid way to go about life. And AG Acting Girl, Gundam is mainstream. So I don't know where you got that idea from. And there are so many, like I mentioned, um, Bakuman, One Piece, Naruto. These are all mainstream and they're very great series. But there's also others. I don't have anything Hajime no Ippo here, and unfortunately I don't have any Eye Shield volumes. But things like that, they're not mainstream here, but they're still really, really awesome series. So hating on a series just because it's mainstream is stupid. Hating on it because it's not mainstream is pretty stupid. And the thing is, the mainstream series help the industry on the whole because they're bringing a lot of money in, they're attracting new people to it, and like the non-mainstream ones, I don't know, they're still, how do I put it? The fan bases are less corrupt. I'll say that much. And if your series doesn't have a lot of people in it, like the fan bases are less corrupt. Like me comparing the Haruhi fan base to the Inazuma 11 fan base is pretty stupid because the Haruhi fan base are a lot of raging otaku weirdos. Not all of you, because I'm in the Haruhi fan base, but I'm not like that. But there's a few of you that are a bit out there. But like the Inazuma 11 fan base, there's not a lot of people, and most of the people I've talked to that like Inazuma 11, they're just cool people. So they both have their advantages and disadvantages. But at the end of the day, stop judging. I think people that do that should take back what they say and actually watch the series and give. When you're judging the series, give me legitimate reasons. Don't give me BS reasons that you just came up with on the spot. Anyway, J-Man Seductions on the Jzone. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Does mainstream suck? No story, no depth, no no sense of morals. Like, oh yeah, case closed. Very not mainstream over here or in America, but it's got great morals in that series. Very great morals. But anyway, tell me your thoughts.